Today I wanted to give you a bit of a behind the scenes on how I make my flow ropes. Definitely there's no trade secret behind some of these stuff. It's just a matter of understanding the process, understanding what kind of ropes are a good fit, and then understanding how to size your own rope. So I won't go into the details of the material and sizing, but I want to show you the process. So this over here is one of the kids' ropes that I'm making. Making the adult ropes are the same, it's just a different kind of rope. So what I have here is, obviously I have a measuring tape, and the first thing that I do is I measure out the length of the rope, and from there I mark the desired length using some Gorilla tape. So basically I tape it up, and then we're going to go outside and I'm going to cut a length of it. But before we do that, I just want to quickly show you what the ends look like. So these ropes, what makes them a bit different is they're rescue ropes, and I source these from search and rescue teams out here in Coquitlam, and I do actually pay to purchase these second-hand upcycled ropes from them that I use to make my flow ropes. So some of your part of your purchase basically goes back towards supporting some of these search and rescue organizations. And what's really different about these kind of ropes is it's not your cheap kind of skipping rope. So I'll quickly show you one of the skip ropes. So I just went to one of the Vancouver jump rope meetups, and we were skipping on some concrete. And just to give you a sense, like, these are beaded ropes and they have plastic coverings, and I'm not sure if you can see, but it's fairly worn out just from a single day of jumping on concrete. And I was using, oops, sorry about that. This is my personal rope. Actually, no, this is not the one that I brought. When I was there, I was using this one. So it's also another similar rescue rope, climbing rope. And there's no big noticeable wear and tear after flowing on concrete with this one. So these ropes, they are better quality ropes, and that's probably why they cost quite a bit more compared to your average skipping rope. If you look at this is a simple PVC skipping rope. It's really thin. So these ropes, generally they do wear out, and I'm not sure if you can see the damage on this one. It's not as obvious, but there's some scuff marks and stuff, and eventually the PVC will snap. So generally most flow ropes, I expect mine to at least last a year, if not 2 to 3 years, depending on how often you use it. And I'm flowing at, right now my current rate is almost every single day. Anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour to 2 hours a day. So if you're using it as intensely as I am, I'm expecting my rope to at least last me a year. Otherwise, you probably get at least 2 to 3 years out of your rope. So yes, they are consumables, but generally they are much better built than a skipping rope and should last you quite a bit. So let's get back to showing you how we make the ropes. And this is the entire length of the rope that I have right now. So I'm cutting it to size, bringing it outside. So welcome to my tiny balcony. What I have over here is a heat knife gun. Basically, it's a heated element at the end of it. And these go anywhere from about $40 to $100 to get one of these. So you turn it on, heat it up, and I'm going to cut through the length of rope. So you probably saw some smoke coming out. That is because these ropes have some synthetic fibers in them. And yeah, they do stink up quite a bit when you do cut through them. The next step is we put on these heat seal end caps. And these ones, I've already shown it in another video. Basically, they go over here, over the Gorilla tape. And I heat it over a flame and it basically shrink wraps it. So I won't actually show this process in this video, but I then tie the handles. So I've also talked about how to tie a handle in a different video, so I won't go through that again. And I will link to them in the video description. But this is basically one of the handles. And there you have it, a beautiful flow rope. So yep, basically the entire process start to finish, from measuring to cutting, to heat sealing, to tying the ends of the knots. Probably takes me about 5 to 10 minutes per rope. And yeah, that's what goes into making a flow rope.